Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. I'm trying a little different format today. It's going to be less beautiful and maybe more practical. So in the past, what I used to do is I used to show it in slideshow mode, but it kind of made things a little bit more confusing. So I'm just going to let you guys see behind the scenes. This is actually how I do things. So if you want to start producing content, it might make it a little bit easier for you. Okay. So this is what I set up during the week. And I like this format of kind of what worked and what didn't work. And that's what we're going to kind of go through today. Okay. So, first of all, what worked? The tech list has been working well in terms of getting new subscribers to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Specifically, I'm going to talk every week about one of the things on the tech list. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about something called Follow Up. Then, if you guys haven't tried Follow Up, then it's super cheap. I think they actually have a free version of it, and what I use it for, I use it every single day. And what it does is it actually sends you an email in the future. So, for example, if I get an email in my inbox and I want to follow up with someone, I'll send that email to me in like 2 weeks, and it'll follow up. So it makes it seem like you have a really good memory, but basically you're just using technology to help it out. I think I maybe pay $5 a month for that, and it just saves me a ton of time. Basically, it's a way that you can get your email inbox to zero. It has a cool additional function where, like, for example, if I need to pick up milk when I'm on my way home at 5 p.m., I can send a text message to myself. I put 5 p.m. at sms.com at follow up then. So just so you guys can see it, because I know you guys are probably curious, what I do is I open up this compose box. Once again, there's a special link called Compose, so it doesn't have to open up your whole Google email. I like that because I tend to get distracted when I open up Google email. So let's say at 5 p.m., see, it already pulls things up here automatically. So 5 p.m. slash SMS. So I would put like get milk or something like that. That's what I would do. If you sent me an email, let's say, and I want to get back to you in 2 weeks, I would go 2 weeks at follow up then. I would send that and it would send it back to me in 2 weeks. So it's a really kind of a cool option. That's one of the numerous things that I put on that tech list. If you haven't downloaded it, you can download it below here in the links. I'll put a link to it. Okay. Podcast update. So those of you that are following the podcast, I don't know, so a lot of people, some people look at YouTube, others look at the podcast. Currently, I have 28 people on the podcast. Here is an example. I think I have 4 ratings at 5.0. If you guys could give me a rating, that would really help. Just go to one of these and just say it's great, just so it will help other podiatrists. Okay, or say it's not great. Whatever you want to do. If I ramble, you probably wouldn't be listening to me. YouTube updates. I want to give you an update on my personal YouTube and on Podiatry Practice Mastery YouTube. So let me show this to you. So my personal at Podiatry Practice Mastery, we have 28 subscribers now. So if you haven't subscribed and you prefer to get it via YouTube, what I've learned from Russell Brunson is basically people that are podcasters, they like to listen to podcasts. Others that like YouTube, they like YouTube. So it's really hard to have people switch mediums. So if they're not used to, like if you don't listen to audiobooks, you're probably not going to like podcasts. And if you watch videos, you're probably going to like YouTube. So I try to publish it on both to make it easier. And then I send it to emails. So some people don't use either of those. Currently, I have 28 subscribers. As you can see here, there's the uploads. Mostly it's the Podiatry Practice Mastery show. Basically, I put it on there. And then I put some of these interviews on here as well. I also use it as a place to put these unlisted things. And there was an unlisted thing that I did this week. My personal email, personal YouTube has 12.9 thousand subscribers. The whole purpose of this, as I mentioned before, is send people back to my website to help build my list. Okay. So we talk about that. There's a good book I'm going to put a link to underneath it if you haven't read it. It's called $100 Million Offers. And he really talks about how to solidify your offer for your patients. It's a neat idea. This guy was a gym owner and he went and he did these like gym turnarounds. And the nice thing is he didn't charge them. They paid for ad spend on their website. And basically all the new customers, he got the original revenue, but then they got all the revenue for the rest of their life. So if you look at the dollar per visit value and the lifetime value of a patient, basically he would go in there, and in our example in a podiatry office, you would pay for your ad spend, which I don't know, 100 to 500 or 1,000, and he would help you do those ads. And all the patients that came in, let's say they got $100, he would get $100 per patient, but then they were your patients for life. What a neat idea. So all the new ones would go to him, and then all the follow-up would go to you. It would seem like a win-win way of doing things. So I like that idea. That was his $1 million offer because there was really no downside and all upside. So you might like this. I'll put a link underneath it. Wanted to share about the masterclass, how it went. And I did do, for those of you that like to follow marketing stuff, I did do what we call an upsell in that. And a few people took me on it, and I'll kind of explain that. Actually, let me go into that right now. So here is the master class. This is the master class that I did, okay? It was how to increase profitability and efficiency with the patients you already have. Now, I did this different this time. So if you're following me, how I market both to you and to my patients, I sent out a number of emails, basically day one, inviting you to this. And then if you didn't sign up or click the link, I sent a couple more out. And then afterwards, I said, I was going to take it down. So basically, I did it on a Wednesday, and I took it down on a Friday, basically so I wouldn't interfere with your weekends. But also, it put a sense of scarcity, so people would do it. Okay. When you're looking here, I got 73 views, which is really good. Okay, for the stuff that I put out, because I think there were so many emails and it was good content. During that, I got 7 new subscribers from it, which was pretty good. Okay. If you look at it, though, this is the neat thing. If you look at it, the average percentage viewed was 36%, and about 33% stayed the whole time. Now, this is a pretty great metric. Okay. If you can get people to stay for that long, that's pretty good, because usually people drop off really, really soon. So there must have been, and then there's different high points, and I'd actually tell you in the video like what the high points are. So this is either people kind of going back and looking at or listening to things again. So I left it up for a short period of time just to see how it would go. And so basically I might put it back up if you guys ask me to, but basically I did it this way. So I can put it into maybe like a bonus program in the future. So I put it up just for a short period of time. For those of you that are curious how I did this, I didn't actually, I don't mean to, how do you say it, trick anyone, but I don't want to use my nights. So what I did is I pre-recorded it, and I did it via StreamYard, and that's on my tech list on StreamYard, so it would show up at 8 o'clock. Now I was at home watching it, but I pre-recorded it because it's easier to pre-record than it is to do live, and I think people like to participate in live things. Okay, didn't try to trick you guys if you watched it, but just kind of telling you how I did stuff. And then in that, I did offer an upsell. So let me tell you about that. So in the description portion of it, I said there is here's the secret offer. I have 10 licenses for my patient presentation program. So basically, I took the patient presentations and I made it into a product. Okay, and if you've been following me, I think that's really going to be the really cool thing that people are going to want. I think it's really revolutionized my practice. So within the it used to be membership, now it's the 30-day blueprint. I have one of them there. I think I have 1 or 2 there. But then I really go into depth right here with this patient presentation. So this is a product. It's $197. And my thought is, why do I charge for it? This is something you guys might think, oh, you should just give everything away. And I pretty much do give everything away. But what I've found is if you guys don't pay for anything, I should say you guys, me, if I don't pay for anything, I don't do it. Okay. If there's a deadline and if I pay, I do it. And that's the same thing like going to the gym. When I pay every day, or if I don't go to the gym, I pay $30 extra. I'm just trying to help you guys out with this. And if you sell half of an orthotic, it's going to pay for this. So it's a no-brainer. But I'm only doing 10 of them because I want people to actually do this. Okay. And then once I can do this, I can add more stuff to this course. So kind of a cool thing. If you guys want to check it out, the information is underneath here. Okay. I did an interview. There was one person that asked me a question, Sean, about a billing company question. That's not my expertise. So when I don't know things, I just invite people. So I talked to Mo. Mo is great. And I got the worst picture of her. She's going to be so mad. But she's a biller. She's been doing it for a long time. So she gives some good tips. I'm trying to put that together into a video and a podcast to send out to you guys. And then I got sold. If you guys haven't heard about magnetic marketing, it was purchased by Russell Brunson. And and he's just a really good offer maker. And I used to be part of it. I think I paid $69 a month, and then I was overwhelmed by too much stuff, and and he got me back to paying $96 a month, which is a little bit more. But he had this like irresistible offer that seemed like I got like $10,000 worth of information. And anyway, it was good. If you want to be sold, go to Russell Brunson's or Magnemic Marketing. You can get, maybe you get sold just like I did. What didn't work? This is kind of funny. I was recording my monthly update for the practice, my video, and my son like pokes his head right on the side because I was recording it at home. That was fun. I think I might just leave it in though to see what the patients say. They might like that. The membership that I used to have, Podiatry Practice Mastery membership, it kind of flopped, and in my best estimation, it was just too much information. So I switched it all to this thing called the Blueprint, and I'll be sharing that in future weeks with you guys, what that is. And then Canva has been very slow. I tried to edit it something on Canva, and for some reason it just didn't download. I don't know if that was my issue or someone else's issue. So if you guys have made it until now, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is I'd like you to share your own tip. Okay. I'm trying this thing now. It's a little QR code. There's also a link underneath it. If you guys have your own tip that you think would be cool for other people to know, because I'm all about giving and you guys might want to give too. Also, if you do share a tip with me, I will send you a free bonus. I don't have tons of bonuses, so if you can just keep sharing stuff, but I'll just send you the one bonus. Okay. So I think we've covered everything here. Here's that book, the $100 million offer. It's like cheap on Kindle. It's basically $1 on Kindle. I got the audiobook because I like to listen to it. Okay. We talked about that. And this is how I'm using to share the tip. I'm doing a Google Doc. So this is kind of a neat way you can have patients participate in stuff. Share your tip, get a free bonus. And yeah, I'll show it on a future program potentially if I like it. You just put your name, your email, what's your tip, or you can like add an image. This is kind of cool, and it'll come right to me. And then in a future program, I can share it with other people because I think if you guys are listening to this, you probably want to help everyone else. Okay, once again, hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next week.